Hello, this is Albert again. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you something that is very important that I've actually not seen any videos on or even heard anybody teach. And so I will teach you my way, and that is how to save half an onion. Now sometimes you're cooking and American onions are massive. As you can see, this thing's almost bigger than my hand. And sometimes the recipe calls for half an onion. And so what do you do with the other half of the onion? Now, one of the biggest problems with the onions is the fact that people cut it and then throw it in the fridge, and now basically your entire fridge smells like onion. And then, so what people also do is then they wrap it in saran wrap, and you find that your fridge still smells like onion. And the reason why is, contrary to popular belief, saran wrap is still microporous, and so odors will get past saran wrap. And so the material of choice for wrapping half an onion is really aluminum. Now, I will get to that first, but what I want to talk about is God was smart when he designed an onion, because I'm holding an onion, I'm smelling it, and I really don't smell it because the skin keeps all the innards on the inside. And so when I cut an onion and I know I'm only going to use half, well, actually I do that anyways, but before I cut the onion, I always keep the skin on. I never ever peel it. First off, it's just difficult to peel a whole onion when it's in the whole form. So unless your cooking called for it, I usually don't. And again, if you ever saw my onion video, it's rare I cut against the grain, and I usually make my first slice with grain and bifurcate the onion. So short of making onion rings, which is the only thing I could really think of where I would start by cutting grain and not bifurcating my onion, I almost always bifurcate my onion. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my onion in half. As far as cutting onions, I like to start on the butt end, and the reason why is onion skin is very slippery, and the butt end is not. And so I want the knife to get a good grip so I can push firmly, not have the onion run out on me and slice my finger off. And so, hard to cut when I'm sitting, but here we go. So I have bifurcated my onion, and so let's say that's the part I'm using, and I'm looking at this onion. First off, again, save the skin. And second off, I can smell it already. What happens is the onion is actually shooting some sort of acid at me as a protection against itself, telling somebody to, hey, stay away, don't eat me. But again, I said the material choice for wrapping onion is actually aluminum foil. Now, you don't want to wrap an onion in aluminum foil past maybe 3 or 4 days. If you do, what you really should do, or if you need to save it longer than that, well, first, I just don't recommend it. But second, if you do, you really should dice up the onion and put it in a plastic baggie and use it as soon as possible. But aluminum foil is completely non-porous, and no odors will actually go through it. So I'm going to teach you how to go ahead and do it. First off, I take the onion, I take a sheet of aluminum foil, a little bigger than the onion, and I put the onion face down against it. Now, I do something a little bit different than everybody else, and I actually don't know of anybody who does this, but I'll explain why I do it. I take it and I kind of origami the aluminum foil. And you'll see what I mean. And I pull it, and I make kind of like a little pointing thing. First off, I want to get as much of the air out as possible, and I make a pointing thing just like that. Now, people laugh at me, but there's actually a reason to everything I do. The reason why I do this instead of wrapping it flat is because what happens is you're going to throw this onion in the fridge, and it's going to get pushed in the back, and you'll never. And if I just wrapped it flat in a semicircle alongside the shape of the onion, you'll never actually see it in the back. So I usually put a point on it with aluminum foil first. It makes it easy for me to seal because I can squeeze really hard on it. And second of all, when this gets pushed to the back of the fridge, you will still actually be able to see it. Now, I have wrapped the onion like this, but, and here comes the secret. You take a look at the onion, and what you want to do is you want to take this onion, kind of smooth it out, and then here's the key. You want to slap it. And so, as you can see the grains of the onion on the aluminum foil. Well, when we see that, that's completely pressed against the onion, and there's absolutely no smell whatsoever. So this will sit in your fridge um, almost completely airtight for 3, 4, 5 days, depending on how often you open the fridge, without problem. And again, like I said, the key really is you got to stick a little uh, Christmas hat, I guess. I don't know how else to call it. Pointy, because what happens is it's going to get shoved to the very, very, very back of the fridge, and you will never ever remember that there's an onion until it rots inside aluminum foil. And when you open it up 2 months later, it's going to be disgusting. So again, like this, 3 to 4 days, no problem. Put a little hat on it. But the biggie is you gotta slap it, and slap it just once, and make sure you see the grain of the onion through the aluminum foil. And when you do, there will be absolutely no smell for half your onion. Thank you.